It makes sense to me.
John, how do you feel about turning fake 30? Like, do you want any advice from us?
Yeah. What's up? Is it? I heard it gets better. Like the 30 to 40 period is it's a good period to be a man. I heard
Okay,
that from
so
another guy.
I'll say this much: 27 to like 32 is when you start like figuring out who you're going to be a person for the most part for the rest of your life, and then if you're in a major city, like being a man in your 30s is like completely fine.
Yeah.
Great.
Although you will hit a certain point where like your body starts breaking down a little bit. Like I hurt my knee over a year ago and I still have to wear a knee brace if I do anything other than walk.
Hangovers are worse.
I had an arm pop out the shoulder socket like 3 years ago, and I still can't move a certain way. So
Ooh.
yeah, like I was leaning on the wall to pick up some shoes the other day, and I guess I did something wrong because I was like, "Oh, this isn't right," and I had to like, yeah.
Have you tried any ancient Eastern medicines?
No, I have not, but I feel like you know a lot about those. So like,
I know about ancient Western medicines, mostly steroids. Have you thought about doing testosterone to help with your joint pain?
I have not.
Have you thought about doing?
Would that work, or is just one of those things that you make up?
Honestly, testosterone and human growth hormone will help with so many problems that ail us as men. Like that should really be the calling card of all of these like manosphere guys. Like not like smoking cigars or like being a high value man. No, fuck that. Inject yourself with testosterone.
Okay, all right.
Make it OTC, Testosterone should be widely available.
Yeah,
this is nersey.
Yeah.
This is nersey, the only pro steroids but also woke podcast on the internet. I'm Drew. I'm here with Slava, Trey, and our producer John.
Wow.
And today we are going to celebrate America by allowing Slava, a Canadian, to ask us questions about America and talk about Drake's poetry book, whether or not Sublime is good, and why are people throwing shit at people at shows. Anyways.
Amongst other
things.
But
yes. But first, we apparently have to talk about how steroids are good.
Well, we don't have to talk about them. It's just a proven fact. Like, you guys are very close to Mexico. I would recommend driving down, grabbing some steroids, and driving back to America and just doing a cycle.
New York is not very close to Mexico.
Yeah,
neither is Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's the same country.
You're like, Drew is like marginally closer to Mexico than I am.
Well, whatever. Texas, then. America's Mexico.
Still pretty far away from that.
No. Well, how did the basketball teams travel overnight then? Huh?
Because they're rich and they have planes.
Yes.
What about the WNBA teams?
They also have planes.
Yeah. Also, I think they mostly fly like more commercial stuff. Like, because I know the MLS was flying Southwest for a while. So, yeah. They might still be.
I feel like I was once on a flight with a member of the Women's World Cup team when they won or something, and people like clapped for them.
Well, she was like a soldier coming back from Iraq or some shit.
Exactly, yeah.
in the building that I live in now, there used to be a pitcher for the Blue Jays, Marcus Stroman, who also lived here. And before the elevator was fully finished, so it was a functional elevator, but the interior wasn't finished. So it was just plywood. Everything was plywood, and all the residents of our building covered this like plywood elevator with Marcus Stroman graffiti. So it was kind of weird, like, because you'd go in and you'd be in the elevator to like go home, and it would just be like this little box of like, let's go Marcus Stroman. That was
pro Marcus
for a month
Stroman
or two.
Graffiti.
No, yeah, it was all like, let's go Stro Show, like his number, his jersey number and stuff. But it must have been weird for him too. To imagine like going home in your little box of like, I don't know. It was a trippy time. They patched that up quickly.
It's funny because that guy's like addicted to Twitter now that he's not in the league, and so he's just chasing that exact same high of like being in a box surrounded by praise.
Must be weird. Yeah, I can't imagine the feeling of like being in an elevator filled with your name, like the Joker style Batman.
Fun fact for all you guys, an elevator can actually carry 10 times the capacity that it lists on that little placard.
I
How
don't
do you
believe
know?
it. No, I don't
That's
believe
like that's like load capacity. It's what I'm studying right now. It's like part of rigging. Like if you're moving equipment or people, there's a different type of capacity that you have to list versus what it actually is. And if you're specifically doing elevator stuff, it's 10x.
Oh,
it. Okay, then I do believe you. Okay.
so it's like you underestimate in order for like people not to have like a dance party in there, and
Yeah, exactly. Like if
Okay.
10 people got on and the capacity said 10, you're fine unless they're all Octomom pregnant.
Well, then it would be 80 people.
No, Octo is 10.
Would they be like little? It would be way. It would weigh less. You need like
Also, Octo is 8.
I don't
Deca
know.
is
I
10.
didn't. Okay, I
You
didn't
need-
want to be the one to break his heart on that one, but yeah.
you need 10 Deca moms.
What about squids? They have 10 legs.
Yeah, but
You
octopus.
got me there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're really using the Chewbacca defense here, buddy.
Hmm.
Anyways, we were recording this the day before the 4th of July, and
Oh, damn, you're right. Octo 8.
and Slava we have opened the floor so that Slava can ask us questions about America
And
because
John.
he is Canadian, and John, and we will explain these American elements to y'all.
So we're going to start rapid fire. And how many guns do you guys have?
That's none of your
0.
business.
Since we said that at the same time, I want to clarify. I said 0. Trey said that is none of Slava's business.
It's not really anybody's business, but yeah. Anyway, next question.
Was there ever a shooting in the school you went to high school in?
No.
No, but there was a bomb threat when I was in high school there. And I once took part as like a student actor-ish in like a school shooter drill where
Who were you?
I was a scared student who there was like shooting happening in other parts of the school. And it was my job and my friend Anna's, shouts out to Anna, to like, not crawl, but sort of like run hunchedly to another building from an exit of the school. I don't know why we had to be there, but that was the thing.
We had bomb threats at ours as well. And I guess my freshman year, that was back when DC was going through the sniper thing.
Oh, man.
So we had, oh man, yeah, I can't believe they were telling us just to like zigzag to the bus from the building and stuff. Like, yeah, it was.
How would
That
that
was-
information get delivered? So at the end of class, like over the PA or your homeroom teacher would be like, okay, so there's a sniper out there. So just when you get outside, just duck and run and cut like that. That's what the message would be, or would like.
And no, it wasn't like an official thing, but there would be like some teachers or like other people's parents told them to do it, so they would tell us to do it and stuff. And it's
Okay,
like,
it would get
why?
around.
What?
Good
Yeah.
society. All right.
So yeah, because
Like,
like that's
nobody
kind
was
of
allowed to hang in the parking lot because my school was like shared across the street was Rock Creek Park, which like everybody assumed like, oh, that's exactly what he would do it. That's perfect cover. Like,
Oh, yeah, of course.
yeah, so we just had to hang out in the cafeteria until we had confirmed like, oh, we have someone picking us up. So I have car keys. I have a car. I was 14, so I didn't have a car. So yeah,
damn.
yeah, we got let out in like fucking spurts and stuff to the bus.
Like, and like again, nobody like told you or coordinated that this was happening. It's just one day they're like, okay, guys, huddle up.
Well, I pretty much it was like, okay, somebody's out here shooting people at random, so we don't need that here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's figure something out, and then yeah, we just started doing it one day.
Do you guys know the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah,
All
unfortunately.
right. Let's
can you
do
both still
3,
say
2,
it?
1.
I
All
pledge
right.
allegiance
Allegiance
to
to
the
the flag
flag of the United
of the
States
United
of
States of
America,
America
so
and
help
to
me
the
God.
republic for which it
one
stands, one nation
God,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
all. No, don't clap for that.
That was sick, bro.
Don't
That's
clap
sick.
for that.
We don't have
I
anything.
got no prayer in school, but they act like that's not a prayer. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you have prayer in school?
Well, I went to Catholic school, so yeah.
True.
I went to
Catholic
public
too.
school, but our soccer team said the Lord's Prayer before every single game, which was weird.
It's like Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, that's more of like a Hollywood thing at that point.
Booby
Yeah.
Miles, your brother, wants to be
Yeah.
up there with you.
Did you guys
I mean-
have a Rudy? A Rudy. Like a little guy that you root for, or a little Rudy guy.
Oh! I thought you were saying Rudy like it was some kind of like high school
What?
drug. Like you could like
Oh.
sniff fucking Drano or something. Like no, probably. I don't remember anything about like high school football.
You know, it was really big in Canada, and I don't know if you guys had this, but we had something called bush parties, where you just take alcohol into the woods.
Oh, I've seen Letterkenny. I know about this.
But
Yeah.
you guys didn't do that?
Oh no, we had like field parties every now and then, or like after the school year there would be beach week or something, and yeah.
There was some land by the river that everybody just called the land, and it was like the Polk County, North Carolina equivalent of the club if you were like a high schooler. Like people would get like kegs and like have these big parties where like everything was lit up by a Jeep and they were playing like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
Tight. Last question, unless John has any. Y'all fuck with the government more or less now than you did when you were a kid?
So much less. Don't even get me started, man. I'm not trying to get on the watch list.
Yeah, no, the government, or it's like I'm like a parent where I'm like I'm disappointed in the government. The government could do better. I'm not like although taxes not into them. Not a very good ROI on taxes.
So yeah, America, really cool. Congratulations, America, for doing another July 4th.
My only question for the Americans is, have you guys had a Doritos Cool Ranch Papadillas from Papa John's?
I don't even think I've had a Doritos Cool Ranch Tacos Loco.
You're missing out.
I've had the regular Doritos Taco Loco, but not the Cool Ranch.
They're very tasty.
That's the only time I will eat a Cool Ranch Dorito is if it's in the taco show.
Okay.
Like, we may have talked about this before, but I am not a ranch guy. I do not understand why that needs to be a thing. But yeah, that Cool Ranch Dorito with all the taco ingredients in one thing is just like, oh, buddy.
It's pretty good.
It's like the flavor delivery.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster, man.
I would like it if they sold Dorito dust or powder or whatever just as its own ingredient.
That feels like something they should do in America at every bodega.
They should. I mean, maybe they will. The other day at the pharmacy, we noticed that there are now like artisanal Reese's cups that have like oat milk instead of milk chocolate and have like matte packaging and no paper cups because the environment.
Are these real Reese's or?
Yes, like name brand. Like I'm not saying Reese's the way you would say like Band-Aid or whatever.
Okay.
Trey, you're gonna hate this, but you know where I made a lot of really good Reese's style peanut butter cups? That's right, in jail.
I knew that's what you were gonna say, and I don't hate it.
What?
Like, yeah. Like if you want to make,
you have an anecdote about jail?
You know what? You're right. Cut this.
I'm more curious of like how you learned to do this and how you got the ingredients for it and everything. I don't hate this stuff. I'm just wildly curious about it.
It's just melted chocolate, peanut butter, and then the crunch that you're getting is actually graham crackers. So you mix graham
Oh.
cracker in with the smooth peanut butter, and that's what gives you that crunch. Yeah.
Is that how they do it for regular Reese's?
Honestly, if it isn't, they should start, but it has to be, right? Because there's no way they're using actual peanut butter. That shit's not actual peanut butter. That shit is like a third thing, you know?
Yeah. No, I get that.
So
I
that
like
and
I'd fuck with that. Yeah.
yeah, and then you can like vary the sweetness with icing sugar, but it's super easy, and you make them in little styrofoam cups because then you just pop them right out instead of making them in like baking trays or muffin trays or anything like that.
Slava,
Okay.
I think I've got a really great idea for you, which is a jail Instagram cooking TikTok or whatever.
People try to do that. People and like
But it also doesn't matter if you're like your jail is fucking Le Cordon Bleu or whatever the fuck, and like you just yeah, no, people want to see how to make like a burrito out of ramen. They don't want to learn how to just make some shit that Allison Roman can make. Like, yeah.
I was just about to say, have you ever had a jail burrito? It's fucking delicious. Yeah.
Is a jail burrito just a like pretty good burrito?
It's a burrito that you make in a Doritos chip bag. You make ramen noodles in a Doritos chip bag. You put other stuff in there, and then you tie the bag up real tight, and then you put it under your mattress, and then you sleep on it overnight, and it congeals into like one solid protein bar. That's like ramen noodles and Doritos chips, but with like vegetables and spices.
Let the record show that I'm horrified.
Tell me about all this shit.
There's no fucking way that's real.
No, Maxo Cream one time I interviewed him, he outlined all this shit for me, and he was like, "Yo, you never have a bust down spread?" I was like,
No.
I've been to prison, so yeah. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna make you one time." It's like, okay, dude.
You can just tell me about it.
Yeah, haven't seen him since.
He's still working on it. It's just that
He's still
that and
sleeping on it, making it get like more and more dense.
It's like, yeah, I want to know how to make like a jail bechamel sauce and stuff. Like, yeah.
Peanut punch is another really popular one, and that's just literally like a garbage bag full of like sweets and milk that everybody pitches in on, and then eventually gets to like drink out of the garbage bag.
Wait. Say that exactly one more time for the viewers at home.
A garbage bag is the only thing that you can really use to stand in for like a container or a blender, right? So they take a big ass garbage bag, double bag it, triple bag it, whatever. Pour as much milk as we can get, and then like chocolate bars, protein bars, cookies, anything sweet. You put it in the bag with the milk, and then the one big guy just like walks around and like shakes the bag of milk for like hours. And then everybody who contributed to the peanut punch lines up and they drink some of the brown liquid out of this bag. And they're like, I'm having the time of my life.
And like,
oh, I know that smells crazy.
Has there ever been a circumstance where someone who didn't contribute wants to have a sip of your peanut punch?
So many cases, so many such cases, John.
Like
there's so many polys around.
Little red
punch.
hen kind of situation.
Some people feel like they contributed too much and didn't get enough back. Some people get some who don't deserve any.
I see.
You know, there's a lot involved.
Hierarchy.
With that. Yeah.
The politics behind peanut punch is.
I did make a video.
Episode title.
Yeah, the politics of peanut punch. I did make a video, and then someone did thank me for letting them know to beware about the spike baking.
Okay, good. Did you guys make ice cream in jail?
We just bought ice cream.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, of course.
It's up in Muskoka. Kawartha Lakes Dairy is right there.
So you were getting artisanal ice cream?
Yeah, for sure. And like froyo if you wanted it. I'm gonna look up the.
What do you mean if you wanted it? Like they would just like come around the block one day and just be like, "Hey, we're doing the froyo run. Anybody want anything?"
They did used to do that with KFC and Taco Bell back in the day. Like if the inmates were good, the guards would come around and be like, hey, "We'll go grab something for you guys." But they didn't do that when I was there.
I'm picturing like the Mr. Frosty ice cream song van driving up along the sort of gated wall.
Okay, so
everyone running out of their bunkhouse to the gate.
So here's the Chapman's products that you can get: Dutch chocolate, French vanilla, butterscotch, cookies and cream, vanilla with salted caramel, black cherry, Moose Tracks, Rolo, or sorbet.
What's Moose Tracks?
Dude, what's Moose Tracks? Oh, it's awesome. It's like fully loaded Ben and Jerry's.
Is that a Canadian thing?
Drew seems
I
to
know
it.
about Moose Tracks. It's like if peanut punch were ice cream, basically.
Oh, it's just they're just like throwing the scraps of everything else in it. It's like, here, take it.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a
it's
cookies
like-
and cream,
trail mix.
Rocky Road kind of thing. Yeah, trail mix.
Okay.
It's really good. So actually, I'm now realizing I'm changing my tune on peanut punch. Although I would like the peanut punch refrigerated before I drink it.
Well, we'll see what Big Mo says, but
Okay.
Oh, was Big Mo the mixer?
when I was there, he was, yeah.
Okay.
Was this like a point of pride for him?
I mean, it was almost like nobody else could make the peanut punch except Big Mo. Like there's like an established hierarchy, and when Big Mo landed on the range, it was just like accepted. Like Big Mo also got TV controller privileges. Like he kept it in his pocket. The one that
He was just the biggest guy there.
he was huge, bro.
All right. So, Trey, you have alerted us to a disturbing phenomenon in the live music world that involves people throwing shit at other people while the other people are on stage. Can you explain what's going on here?
No, I can't because I don't understand what's going on. But like the past, few weeks, months, or whatever, they've been very, very fucking weird with people. So we know about Baby Rexa, right? That's how you pronounce her name, but Baby
That was
Rexa,
BB.
BB Rexa, yeah, whatever.
I don't know who that person
And
is.
no disrespect
Prime
to
Minister of Israel.
Rexa, yeah. But yeah, somebody threw a phone at her on stage and like hit her in the eye.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude immediately got like pulled over the fucking railing by security and when asked about it, he said, "I don't know. I just thought it'd be funny."
Wait, didn't like a rapper get hit with a phone or something recently too?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds. I mean, it sounds about right given the current climate. But also, Pink has had two instances where someone threw like I think one of their parents' ashes.
Yeah,
What?
someone
Yeah,
threw
someone
their
else.
ash.
This is a little cooler, but they gave her a wheel of cheese.
Okay. I mean, as long as the wheel of cheese is not used in like a weapon style, I like that. Did they throw like an urn at her or like
I think it
was
was
it
just
like
ashes. Yeah.
okay, so like my
They
mom
threw them out
loved
like LeBron
Pink.
James.
There's a crazy video of her being like, "Is this your mom?"
Oh
And-
yeah,
and then like
6 days ago, Mother's ashes on the stage.
and she's like, "I don't know how to feel about this at all." Like, I'm covered in your mom.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
but that's the thing. Like, I think part of it is we're still giving ourselves excuses for like post-COVID behavior. Like, oh, everybody's being a little weird and shit. It's like, nah, man, we're 2 years past this. Like, stay your ass in the house if you don't know how to act.
You don't think it's people living life to the ultimate maximum?
Yeah, I'm cool with that as long as it doesn't infringe on anybody else's life. Like, I'm walking down the street or whatever, and you throw a dead person's ashes at me, like,
What are we allowed to throw?
one of us needs to get ashes next, man. That is insane behavior.
Throwing hands.
Yeah.
You throw ashes and thrown hands.
Yeah, exactly.
What about tomatoes? Maybe we should just bring back throwing tomatoes at people on stage.
Yeah, but that's a negative connotation. I think this person was trying to be positive throwing the ashes, but that's not normal.
It's like
That's
it
not a
sounds
cool
like
thing to do. Like, yeah.
sounds like it's like a result of undue exuberance on the fans' part.
Yeah.
Although
I feel like this had to be a Live Nation show because how the fuck do you sneak ashes into a venue?
The wheel of cheese is more concerning.
I'll give you that.
yeah, like you actually don't know what could be inside that cheese.
Could be some ashes.
Mother's cheese.
Yeah, they were in cahoots, those people.
Well, I'm just imagining like, all right, so here's the unambiguous pro case for throwing cheese at a performer. During
It might not have been thrown. Let me look at this real quick.
okay.
The cheese may have
Okay.
been placed gingerly upon the stage.
And this was it looks like this was Hyde Park as well in London. The singer can be seen interacting with concert goers at the edge of the stage, smiling and giving air hugs, belting out lyrics to Fucking Perfect. She eagerly bends down to take an offering from the crowd, a circle of Brie de Meaux, which she hugs close to her chest and mouths, I love you.
They crowd surfed it up to the stage from the back.
Cheese, yes. Ashes, no.
I mean,
the way I would have stolen that Brie.
Brie Rexa. The thing with the phone, the argument I'll make to be pro phone. Well, I'll make two arguments. First of all, I paid money for this concert, and it's my phone. I'll do whatever I want. The second argument is it makes for some cool moments when it lands at the concert goer's feet. The performer's feet, and then they pick it up. That's like a cool TikTok later on.
Oh, is that what people are trying to do?
Yeah, I've seen it happen with Chris Brown a bunch of times.
Wait, and then he just throws the phone back into the crowd?
See, that's my second question is like, then what?
Maybe it's like...
Would it be funny if the intention was the same the whole time and they just don't like the artist, but Chris Brown is just like misreading the situation?
Let's say you're an artist.
You know, like maybe that person was trying to give the baby an Adidas shoe because he noticed his left one looked like a little off from the other one. Yeah.
Wait, someone threw a shoe at the baby?
Yeah, this was like a Rolling Loud or two ago. You don't remember this video when he was like, "Who the fuck threw that busted ass broke ass Adidas?" Which like I didn't know there was a singular form of Adidas, so that was fun.
Was it like I'm just imagining he and George W. Bush should talk, I guess is my feelings on that.
You remember the last time you compared George W. Bush to a rapper and how that ended up?
Well, here's the question. If you guys were on a stage performing and a phone landed at your feet, would you feel compelled to return it to find the owner, or would you just sort of throw it into the audience?
I would keep it.
You'd keep the phone.
I'd keep it.
That's the third option, the smart option.
You gave it to me. Fuck you.
That's true.
I mean, I think it depends on, am I like in the process of performing?
Yes.
Okay. If I'm doing some little stage banter in between songs, I'll definitely find it because that would be like a funny stage banter thing to do. But I don't know. I might like pretend to eat it. Like, you know, if you take a phone and like with perspective, you can go like, and it looks like you're eating a phone.
You start doing bits.
Yeah.
No, because then you're on YouTube. It's like, oh, Drew Superstar, whatever your fucking pop star name is, sucks a phone like a dick. And then,
TMZ.
You gotta be thinking 3 steps ahead, man.
That's why I'm taking Trey's idea and I'm going farther. Okay, I'm opening their phone. I'm going through their apps. I'm seeing if they have a MetaMask or something like that. That maybe I can funnel some money.
Stealing their crypto.
Absolutely. I'm
Just
tweeting from
their entire Coinbase wallet to my shit. But, yeah.
Absolutely. I'm tweeting from their account. I'm going in their DMs. I'm
doing all the NFTs, whatever stupid shit, because that's the only type of person who would do that. Somebody with NFTs, in my opinion.
That's right. I'm seeing if they want to trade me any Pokemon.
I'm opening Venmo.
That does seem, Venmo yourself from the phone, from the fan's phone, because it's opening and I'm assuming it's running a TikTok or whatever, and they huck it at a person. That doesn't make sense at all.
You can figure it out with Chase Bank, dude. Like I'm not. Nah, that's a personal problem at this point.
Yeah, if anything, I would have a perfect operation where I would just toss the phone to my DJ, who already has like a little device that he uses to like just rip the data from the phone.
Yep.
What makes you think you have a DJ? You don't even know what kind of band you're in. Are you saying that you're like in like a new metal revival band? Because like Slava, you have the beard of a bassist.
I think everyone has a DJ at this point, first of all. And I don't know what that means. It
kind of looks like Shel Silverstein right now. I don't know.
That guy also has hairy shoulders, right? If I'm not mistaken. We need more hairy shoulder representation. Shell. Oh, I thought you meant Marcel the Shell.
No.
Who
famously does not have shoulders, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's his whole thing. Marcel the Shell with shoulders. Oh, shoes. Never mind.
I will say that like in 2011, I went to a Dipset concert. It was like when they were doing their reunion stuff. They've done a million reunions, but it was like one of their first ones. And when Joel Santana was doing like his solo songs, women were throwing underwear at him, except he was like, I mean, he probably was only like 36 or 37, but he also just had like a lean gut. And, but it was like they were like throwing their underwear out of nostalgia for when Joel Santana was super hot or something.
Yeah, I mean, like Mick Jagger looks like the scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz, and he still goddamn gets some underwear thrown at him.
Yeah,
But that's like
Yeah.
extra underwear that they brought with them, right?
I would assume so.
Yeah, they're not going to the bathroom at that age.
It's interesting that the underwear is socially acceptable, but the phone is like, don't do that.
That's right, and you could spread more disease with the underwear.
Like that's your
You also
stinky.
take out a fucking eye with the phone.
Well, you
Yeah.
can take
Take
out
out
an
an
eye
eye
with
with
the
some
pink
syphilis.
eye.
Yeah.
When you get back to the tour bus.
All right, fair, you know, touche. You guys are right on that one.
But
I
I'll
apologize.
say Emily's phone like fell on my foot last week. And from like 3 feet, it was like on a bed, and I like moved some blankets and it fell and hit me directly on the foot. And I wouldn't stop bleeding for like 30 minutes. It
Jesus.
hurt.
What?
Yeah, you ever dropped a phone on like your bare foot, dude?
We must have different phones. Mine wouldn't cut me open, but yeah, it would hurt. I hear that it would hurt.
No,
It
the
would
right,
hurt to
the right corner. Also, like,
Yeah.
does Emily have a case on her phone? Or is she raw dogging it out here?
She's got a case. But I think what happened is it hit me in the part of the case that like encapsulates the speaker. And so it was a natural, hard, sharpish edge.
Mhm. Is
It was
your foot
really
better
awkward.
now, or-
Yeah. Luckily, my cousin has kids, and so she had a bunch of Band-Aids on her.
Oh yeah, how was the beach trip, dude?
It was pretty good. Like I said earlier, the dogs ate some crabs. Outer Banks of North Carolina, super cool. I think the rapper Ill Bill lives there, but I did not find him. And it's also interesting because they sort of, the locals there, it has a local culture, unlike something like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, or whatever, or like the Gulf Shores in Alabama, where it's just like a tourist destination. And everyone there like only listens to Sublime and bands whose only influence is Sublime and other bands influenced by Sublime.
What's Sublime?
I know what Sublime is, but I don't know shit about them.
Sublime is a punk reggae band from late 80s to mid 90s who their influences were like The Descendants, KRS-One, like obscure reggae and ska and shit. And
Are they Jamaican?
This is one of the most insane fucking list of influences I've ever heard in my life.
They don't
Yes.
look Jamaican.
No, they're
they're all
from Long
white.
Beach. Yeah, they're white
Yeah.
dudes from Long Beach.
I'm gonna look them up.
And
How many of them have dreads?
0.
None. They look like West Coast
Oh,
Beastie
that's
Boys.
refreshing. Okay, that's
Yeah.
refreshing.
Oh, another of their big influences was like Paul's Boutique.
So this is like some ska revival shit.
They revived the ska.
Okay. Well, this
Or
is
it was
made-
like,
Santeria.
yeah.
I don't practice Santeria.
It's
That one?
like
That's the song from Saints Row. Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Oh,
music.
that's them? Oh, that song kind of
Yeah.
goes. That song kind of goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a band that, like, for most people stays in high school. But since we were at the beach and every business we went into was playing Sublime style music, I like listened to it a lot. And I was like, damn, they have a Descendants cover. That's kind of cool. And like, I don't know. It's like super, the music is not good.
Apparently, they
But they're
covered Lana.
no, Lana covered them. She covered "Summertime" and "The Livin's Easy."
Oh, that's them. That's a good song.
Yeah, it's like a weird thing where like they have like a lot of horrifying songs, but then also a lot of like really sort of good iconic songs.
So they're like if Eminem was the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus like and they also kind of blew up at a very specific time that was like post Nirvana and post Kurt Cobain's death, and they were briefly positioned as like the next Nirvana. But
Oh, back,
then
back when they were just like giving record contracts to anybody who had like a guitar and kind of sang kind of funny.
exactly, yeah. And they were like, "Oh wow, I guess this is the new weird way that people sing now." And they like got them the Butthole Surfers producer or something, and they recorded a record, and then like 2 weeks before it comes out, Bradley Noel, the lead singer guitarist guy, dies of a heroin overdose. And then the record comes out, no one realizes he's dead, even though he's not in any of the music videos. And the record sells 10 million copies.
That's Diamond, right?
Yeah, it is Diamond.
Okay.
So
Alright.
then they told people after the album came out that the guy died, or they just kept it a secret and people still don't know.
Yeah, I'm actually breaking the news right now. No, I mean they were like, yeah, Brad's dead. But like you got to remember the information ecosystem was not as it is now, where like everyone found out that he was dead.
Yeah,
It was like
Spotify
you
numbers
have
shot
to
up.
read. Yeah, it's like you have to read an issue of Rolling Stone and happen to see a mention of him dying in the issue or whatever. But yeah, there's like an entire ecosystem of bands that are like white dudes doing reggae poorly. That is the main legacy of Sublime at this point, sadly.
Isn't there a band? I'm trying to think. I think it's like where Gwen Stefani came from. Is that NoFX?
No
No
doubt.
doubt.
No doubt.
It's no
Sorry.
doubt, yeah.
Is that a similar thing? Kind of like a ska kind of thing going on
They
there?
were more like horns based ska,
Right.
like faster
Yeah.
paced. Although they were in the same scene and used to like sing duets together.
Do you guys know about a band from Canada called Magic?
Aha. That is
I do actually, because one time on a job interview, it was at like a tech startup or whatever. And yeah, the topic of music came up or whatever. And I was like, yeah. And the guy interviewing was like, oh, you seem pretty knowledgeable. Have you ever heard this band Magic? I was like, nah. I was like, are they good? And he just got very quiet. And it was like, I did not get that job.
Did you do your homework after to find out whether or not they were
No,
good?
I didn't care. I was going to learn about Magic if I got hired. Like I only got so much. So.
Magic. So everything that Drew just said about Sublime, pretty much could be said about the band Magic too. They're just Canadian.
And also with all of the like jagged edges as well as the personality sanded off.
Well, they have longer hair, but not dreads.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're like they're all from Toronto, which means they're kind of like they don't really have like a core personality as much as they just like are a reflection of trends, right? So, signed. They won the Juno twice, and yeah, they have that hit song "Rude." And that's really been it since 2014 for them.
Their lead singer is named Nasri, I know.
He is.
And
he's got a Madonna thing where it's just a first name.
Yeah. I think I ran an interview with him, maybe by Jeremy Gordon, I want to say, and Nasri was the least personality having person that I've ever edited an interview with.
Yeah, they all look like
not
pickup
to interrupt real quick, but Are they spelled like how you would spell magic? Because I'm googling Magic Band and all it's coming up is like some Disney World shit.
Oh, sorry, you have to put an exclamation point after magic.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, I thought that went without saying about how excited we were
Ah,
about it.
it's still the Disney shit, Magic Bands, but yo, they need to work on that SEO, goddamn.
It's
Try
not
Magic
magic. It's
Canadian
magic.
band.
It's probably
Yeah,
gonna
could
be a
you?
link to goddamn Disney Canadian online store. Let's see.
That's crazy how they just own the word magic in
Oh no,
America.
here we go.
Okay.
Oh, I can see why these guys ain't done shit since 2014. No disrespect.
I think he wore like a really specific hat, or like one of them did.
That's Jamiroquai.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got magic and Jamiroquai
Yeah.
confused again.
It happens all the time.
Oh, did you see that? We could cut this, but did you see Matt Walsh tweet? He's like, I took my son fishing today and he insisted on wearing a top hat. And some gay guy on Twitter was like, who's going to tell him?
All right.
But you know these guys look pretty close to. Okay, so there's some hats involved. It's not like
Okay.
any signature hats, but there are some hats, but they're never really the same hat. I'm looking at a fedora, looking at a couple beanies.
What's Sublime's hat deal?
They didn't wear hats. They all had like buzz cuts because they were like surfers.
And you
They're
can't
on
Um,
tour.
hat
Yeah,
on.
Sublime's on tour right now with Slightly
Well-
Stupid. My question is, would you go see them perform now that you've had your beach house vacation and had your ears full of Sublime and Sublime-esque music?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
there you go.
Sublime reformed with a guy named Rome Ramirez, who was either like a giant Sublime fan they like found on MySpace, or like the singer of a Sublime cover band or something. And they got him into the band so they could do like a reunion show. And then they were just like, we're going to start making albums and touring and performing a mix of Sublime with Rome songs and just regular Sublime songs. So it's like they're both a cover band of themselves and a different band.
Okay.
Sure.
I can tell that everyone loves talking about Sublime as much as I do. All right.
It's like what's like other. What do you think are like other genres equivalents of Sublime?
Magic.
What do you
maybe
mean?
maybe not even like stylistically or whatever, but just energy wise. Like what's other genres?
I think if you're really into metal or progressive metal, Tool is kind of that band that you'd listen to in like high school, where they kind of give you that same. It's like Sublime-esque, where it's very like, what am I getting at here?
Or like for bands, it's like an off ramp for bands
Yeah,
where they're heavily influenced by the band and they accidentally start their own style of music.
Oh, so Big Sean.
Yeah, Big Sean.
I made that up. Absolutely not. What are you talking about? Why would you agree with that?
No, Big Sean invented that Michigan rap.
Big Sean invented hashtag rap or punchline. He invented hashtag rap. It definitely wasn't just punchline rap.
Big
that he
Sean,
rebranded.
notably the first person to ever use a punchline on a track. Yeah.
Yes, no one had thought to make a joke.
No, it was different. Hang on, like let's shoot him some bail, but what he was doing was a little bit different. Because when Drake made fun of him, you knew who he was making fun of when he said, "All you guys are boring me, paint drying." That's not like a punchline, right? That's literally like a hashtag.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Although wasn't Big Sean, if he wasn't on, I don't know, that was from Take Care, right?
Yeah, that song, yeah.
Big Sean was on the next album.
No, he was on 2 albums after.
Drake was on Big Sean's album.
Drake was on Big Blessings, right?
Yeah.
And then Big Sean was on the Kanye song. No, actually, you know what? We're going to have to cut this because we're going to sound Like we don't know what we're talking about. But yeah, Big Sean, whatever.
It doesn't matter if we know what we're talking about in regards to
Big
Big Sean.
Sean.
I mean, yeah, it really does not, man. If
Well,
we did know what we were talking about, if we were Big Sean experts, that would lessen our credibility.
I think so.
I feel like
I
a
saw
lot of
something.
Putting this in, I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
I saw a tweet on it said that 21 Savage is rapidly approaching Big Sean territory. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think he could ever do that, really.
Yeah, no, Big Sean's like got his own Vatican situation going on with his flow, where it's like, yeah, it's a thing there, but like nobody's gonna let you make another Vatican, you know.
And like 21 Savage's voice is really a great sort of like instrument in and of itself. Like it has like you listen to it and you're like, this is no matter what this person is saying, this is compelling.
That's
like
right.
if anything, 21's like getting closer to Gucci territory, where it's like, okay, this is the thing you do.
Yeah, 21 when he
Yeah.
came out was closer to like Jeezy, where it was more the voice and the delivery than it was the punchlines. But then ever since then, he started like rapping better and actually singing. So he's definitely beyond what he started off as. He's grown as a rapper, whereas Big Sean is just dating Janae Aiko.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
yeah,
like it's like what are we
yeah.
at, like day 10,000 of Big Sean or whatever? Like this has been the same one since day one.
That's a good point. And I forgot about the whole singing thing because I do like when 21 Savage does that singing thing on some of his music.
I mean, so we mentioned Drake a second ago. Do you guys know about Drake's poetry book?
Nah, but I want to go smoke a joint before we talk about this because I haven't even clicked the link you sent through, and I just want to be like perfectly. I want to be as high as I'm going to need to be to read this shit.
Okay, Trey.
Might never get the chance again. Shit.
Trey, are you appropriately stoned to go over Drake's poetry book?
Yeah, I clicked the link. Like, let's get into this shit.
All right, so
I hate
Drake-
the cover too, by the way. Like, let's just talk about that first off.
yeah, it's very hipster runoff meets Spinal Tap. It is called Titles Ruin Everything, A Stream of Consciousness by Kenza Samir and Aubrey Drake Graham. The cover is Facebook blue and the title is in Helvetica.
And Facebook white.
And Facebook white, yes. So already we're hearkening back to, the Facebook over everything era in which Drake came up, which is always a great sign.
And it looks like he's going to, there's an album to accompany this book release.
Yeah. And
how much money has Mark Zuckerberg put, behind this?
It really depends on whether he owns the copyright to that shade of blue.
Actually, you know what? I know we're joking around here, but Trey might be onto something because this album got pushed
yeah,
back.
I wasn't joking around. Yeah.
The album got pushed back. It was supposed to come out 2 weeks ago. It got pushed back for Thug. And then everyone was wondering why it didn't come out last week. So maybe it comes out this week. But you know what else comes out July 6th? The new Facebook social media platform, Threads.
Yep.
Wait, what is Threads?
I think that's what Drake's
poetry
poetry
is.
is.
Them seeing Twitter's failing, and they're like, okay, we're gonna have it to Twitter now.
Wow. Okay, yeah. It's all connected.
Pulling at Threads.
From this initial review, it says it's just like a collection of Instagram posts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like Instagram post captions and shit. Like, yeah, it's
I mean, if Drake's music has ever been anything other than that.
I mean, yeah. It did. All of these poems are 2 lines, and they all fucking suck. Here we go. There are 2 types of women in this world: women who like giving head, and women who I don't like.
bars.
So, and
Bars.
the visual here is this is 2 sentences on like a big book page. So it's like one sentence and then another, and then you flip the page.
Yeah, I think
And
this might just
poetry.
have to be the thumbnail for this episode, honestly.
Well, there are a lot of other.
Change it to like there are two types of women in this world: women who like giving head and women who don't read Nersey. And yeah,
It's like Ruby Kaur and Drake. What is this?
They're like it's like
oh,
it's
this is.
like
I can't read the signs, hun. I left my glasses at home.
It's like fortune cookies.
yeah. What's mine is mine, not yours. Heart included. That one is literally a Big Sean hashtag rap poem.
This is the shittiest coffee table book I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to scroll. I'm not going to scroll down yet to find out how much it costs. Don't spoil this for me.
It's already sold out.
My therapist told me I need to stop listening to what people tell me. But if I take her advice, wouldn't I be listening to what people tell me? That's
Holy shit,
you have anxiety, but you have an iPhone, man. Shut the fuck up.
Getting heated.
You're thugging, you're not thugging.
Please.
You're kidding. One-sided beef is not beef; it's chicken.
You know,
That's also.
I've never thought about it that way. He might be onto something with that one.
I'm just going to crib a line here directly from the article. A not insignificant number of the 168 pages are half blank.
That's another way of saying half are full.
Having trouble figuring out if you're a devil missing a horn or a unicorn. That's just
no, that's clever. I get that. No, because devils have two horns, right? So do cow, though. So does steer.
Yep.
I need to think about this more.
Okay. Well, maybe this will stimulate your brains. If jumping to conclusions was an Olympic sport, you wouldn't have just won my heart. You would have won gold. First of all, there's a grammatical error there. It should be were, not was. And second of all, fuck this. Fuck this poem.
Drake is turning 37 years old in a few months.
This is what's the videos like, bro? You're 36. Like,
yeah, this is crazy.
And it's always some unemployed hoe trying to work my nerves. What? All right, man.
This sounds like
you have a child.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what else is really funny about this is like in the Instagram announcement, someone said, "Oh, I forgot what what author they compared him to." He's like, "Nah, don't call me that. If anything, call me T.K. Rowling," which is such like a bad read of the culture in two directions.
Oh my god!
Because it's like
October 24th, 1986. October 24th, 1986 is what. Yeah, I just like typed Drake birthday into the Google bar because I had to make sure he was older than me.
That's crazy because
Nersey. He would come on Nersey with this content.
No, I don't even want him, honestly.
Yeah, Drake is banned from the pod.
Yeah, you're banned, buddy. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude, like this. Oh man,
you do that shit over throwing fits.
Also, like, you couldn't come up with like.
Come off, yeah, goddamn.
He doesn't have someone who on his payroll who can just tell him like, no, say you're Cormac 10 McCarthy or something.
That would have been good. It was T.K. Rowling, and then the other one was like Aubrey Munch. Do you guys know who Robert Munch is?
Okay, real quick, the T.K. Rowling. Does he not know about everything going on there?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that was what Slava was getting at.
I think everybody's pretty well aware of what's going on with T.K. I'm talking about the Rowling aspect of it.
Yeah. No, well...
T.K. is notably more famous than the author of the Harry Potter series. So, I'm talking about the latter, yeah.
I mean, maybe this is like, sometimes he does a little wink and a nod to the other side of the spectrum, Maybe
That's
he's
true.
not
like when he wears plaid shirts.
Sure, yeah. I was thinking when he made fun of Meg Thee Stallion, but yeah, that works too.
That too.
Yeah. But do you guys know who Robert Munch is? Because
Look him up.
that's like a very famous Canadian author, and he said you can either call me T.K. Rowling or Albert Munch, and that's like such a stretch that you could tell that he was proud of that pun.
This is a children's book author?
Yeah, exactly. And,
Okay.
But he's like huge in Canada. Like we wrote him a letter when I was in grade 4, and he wrote us back. He's like the best. He's like our doctor.
This is the dude who wrote Love You Forever?
Oh, that's the one that broke out in America?
Oh, he's a legend. He's a legend, yeah.
Yeah.
He could have called himself Shel Silverstein with 2 L's. Like anything. I don't even know poetry and poets very well. But there's so many
Why am I off?
fucking ones.
Also, J.K. Rowling isn't really a poet.
Yeah. There's so many things wrong with this. Slava has... Oh,
No, sorry, I'm back. Well, why would he go Shell Silverstein? Like gun shells?
because TK killed a guy, so he doesn't
like
care.
Shell casing Silverstein.
Yeah.
Okay, what about like a rupee car pun? Actually, let's just do Charles Bukowski.
Rupee foreign car.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
Charles Bukowski.
Barles Bukowski. I don't know. The me of like 10 years ago would have been all over this, but I'm out of practice.
Kurt Innerguts.
Lord Byron.
There we go. Trillium Wordsworth.
Yeah, that works. Drake is notably obsessed with Houston rap. Like, yeah, this works.
Yeah.
This is really a segment that only Nersey could do.
Yeah.
Yes. The stuff you be saying on those apps says a lot. If I didn't know how to keep my comments to myself, I'd be commenting STFU. Oh, wait, no, I'd be commenting STFU. I put in implied punctuation there.
That's not a poem. This isn't a book of poetry.
Swimming in regret is not cardio. No one claims it was. No one claims it was, Aubrey. It's yo, shout out Abe Beam, but Abe Beam who writes for goddamn Passion Weiss. When he did like the last artist of the decade thing like a few years ago, he pointed out that like Drake is responding to criticisms that no one ever really makes of him.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like nobody really thinks Drake isn't working hard enough, you know?
Yeah.
No one's ever made that claim, but Drake feels like he has to respond to that shit. Like, yeah.
Or like I'm on one.
He's raps Lena Dunham, dude.
Why does everybody hate me?
I will say this is like Jewel's book of poetry was better than this.
Jewel Santana?
No, Jewel, the singer-songwriter who lived in a van.
Yeah, Jewel Santana.
No, he just toured in a van. Different things.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Jewel, she was like a singer-songwriter in the
guitar and shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, guitar Jewel.
Dreams last for so long. That one?
That Jewel.
Maybe. Okay. I don't know any of her songs, but the fact that she's been doing it this long, I'm really inspired by it.
I thought you were saying Jules, and so I heard it like a nickname for like a Juliana or a Julia or some shit.
Oh, no. Although, speaking of poets, that was Allen Iverson's rap nickname.
What, Jules?
Yeah, Jewelz.
That's better than T.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Even Aubrey Frost.
Okay, no, we're playing a little bit of this real quick. Hold on.
I be the show, make a room, shaking it down. I be the nigga with a high profile. Everybody come on, we be the shakers with a crazy style. Showing everybody how to enjoy a crazy wild.
Okay. That's like if Will Smith was on Bad Boy Records, because like I expected Diddy to be doing like that, and like yeah,
that was like I remember like when he put that song out, there was like a huge uproar that it was like too violent or something. But it's just like, yeah, it's like he wants to be on Bad Boy.
Who's your favorite NBA rapper of all time?
I mean, Shaq has a really good song called No Hook with the RZA and Method Man. That might be my favorite NBA rap song.
LaMelo Ball for me. He has a song called Get Off, or sorry, Lonzo Ball. And I still play that song on my playlist. It's called Get Off. It's good.
Okay. You know who had bars? Steven Jackson.
Yeah, I believe it. Port Arthur? Yeah.
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 Daniel House from the 76ers is a pretty good rapper, but his music is not available on like the American Apple Music, which is very strange.
That's okay.
Do you know which?
How did you hear it then?
It was briefly available and I listened to it and then they took it down, I think because he started getting playing time.
Yeah, okay, so not necessarily rap, but you know who's actually a pretty half decent NBA artist?
Serge Ibaka.
Let's hear it.
Victor Oladipo.
Victor Oladipo.
I heard he's a singer.
Yeah. The boy be crooning a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, hope.
Does he get raunchy though?
I think we're about to find out.
He better be talking about
Yeah, so I'm about to play his hit song, Fucking You on the Highway.
What?
Okay. Okay.
Nah, it's so here's his one song called Song for You.
Okay.
I've been so many places in my life and time. Sung a lot of songs. I made some bad rhymes.
That's really
that
good.
was improbably good.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't even like Avante level. You know what the problem is R&B is just bad now. So yeah, that's better than like Brent Faiyaz or Giveon.
That's a claim. That's a claim.
Just because he made that one song about being from DC. No, Brent Faiyaz and Giveon, they don't sing well. So when you hear someone sing technically well, you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. If Victor Oladipo was in a church and you didn't know it was Victor Oladipo, you'd be like, yeah, whatever, great. It's nothing special. It's fine.
I mean, I would see a Victor Oladipo Tiny Desk concert.
You know what? Let him have it. Let him have it.
They just gave Juvenile one. It was incredible.
Well, that's juvenile. That's juvenile.
Yeah. It was
This is a man who changed the trajectory of rap music in this country.
Yes. And it was also a Juvenile and Manny Fresh Tiny Desk.
I still haven't I still haven't had the chance to watch it, but like what songs did they perform? Like back that ass up.
They do that twice. He brings in some members of the like New Orleans Philharmonic to help him do that. He does 400 Degrees. He does Ha. He does the one with Soulja Slim, whose name is escaping me right now. Yeah, he does Slow Motion. He does Manny Fresh, like randomly does a couple parts of Bling Bling. And he also like goes into the audience during the second performance of Back That Ass Up and is like shimmying while he does the Dick Bandit line. Also, Manny Fresh went nuts. He's like playing fucking like New Orleans style jazz piano while singing into a vocoder. They've got like a horn section that is tuned the way like a New Orleans funeral horn section,
or like a second tuned. Line, or
yeah, like it's like flat almost, but in like an intentional way. Mm-hmm. It's really, really cool, and they also are like clearly having such a good time that it makes like the raunchiness of the songs almost feel like quaint.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't wait to watch this. I'm gonna watch this after this.
It's really good.
Well, the good news is that Victor Oladipo is about to have a lot of time to work on his singing because he got traded to Oklahoma again.
Well, I mean, that makes sense from like a mentorship standpoint because their average age is like 12. Although,
I mean,
They
How
got a
old
bunch
is
of
Victor
Timothy
Oladipo?
Chalamets playing over there.
you need some veteran presence, man.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Mr. Fuck on the Highway.
And if he's 6'3", so he can't do a tiny desk because he can't fit in there.
Yeah, he would just need a normal sized desk.
It's a tiny desk.
I mean, he could stand on the desk. Also, Noisy.com's Dan Ozzie once did an investigative feature proving that the tiny desk is not that tiny. It's just a regular sized desk.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They fucking those fuckers.
It's one of the better articles that website ever published.
Yes.
It's just like you're scrolling down and like big block quotes. It's like, actually, it's a pretty normal sized desk.
God damn it! I gotta check that article out. Fuck.
You hurry, it might not be up for long.
Yeah, man. George Soros might see that and be like, no.
Nah, his son seems like a fucking stereotypical Vice guy. A guy who would come up to you at a party and be like, bro, you work for Vice? Bro, I fucking love Vice, bro. That's his son, and that's the guy who owns the company now. That means that all our stuff is intact. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys been following the Tyler Hero saga?
Tell me about it in case I haven't.
Okay. That was such a smooth podcast move. It made me crack up. So he is most likely going to get traded, and everyone has only been talking about, or to the extent that people are talking about him, they're just talking about which team he is going to get traded to as salary filler and likely replaced with Dame Lillard. And he's not taking it well. He first took the fact that he plays for the Miami Heat out of his Instagram bio. And then this evening he posted a IG that says, the caption is, have you ever had your heroes sit you down and give you the guide? Have you ever spoken something into existence? Or do you just talk about other people's lives? Stop giving me advice. And then the pictures are of him wearing sunglasses at night. And then the final picture is like a Family Guy style image of a thumbs up, but the thumb has a hand coming out of it giving people the finger.
Yeah, I'm looking at this right now.
Where did that come from? Oh, did he make it himself, or was it provided to him?
I assume he has like an in-house Family Guy style illustrator on his payroll.
Okay, so it's him in like this weird sepia. Or maybe that's just like how Miami restaurant lighting is.
He says, have you ever had your
This is
heroes?
no offense, but this is not the best fit I've seen.
No, he's definitely. This is another reason why it seems like he's not doing well with all this trade talk, because he's not
Putting that
he's
shit
not
on.
dripping. Yeah.
He has an IndyCar jacket. Well, he's from Wisconsin. He's 23. Like, give him a fucking break, you know?
Yeah.
Also, this one very, very dimly lit one that looks like a fucking Young Lean album cover is very funny to me.
Yes.
Like
And then the very stylized follow-up photo.
Oh, yeah, well, he's basically like with these sunglasses stealing DVS's whole drip.
Yep. Yeah, he does look like DVS. Oh my God.
Yeah, shout out DVS. Big fan of the pod, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is this is him like doing a shitty DVS costume.
Yeah. I want him to come to the Philadelphia 76ers. Like, it just seems really funny because he's like a himbo guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of tough talk for someone who's going to be Joe Harris in like another 2 years.
I don't know, man. He's No, teams will find something for him to do. He's too pretty.
Yeah, Joe Harris gets money.
Yeah.
JJ Redick got money. Jason Capono probably out there getting money right now. I'm gonna find out where Jason Capono's playing right now. That guy had like broadcaster hair.
I mean, Tyler Hero has Zoolander hair.
Honestly, it's the fucking Jack Harlow song. I just can't forgive that.
I mean, if I were Tyler Hero, I would not forgive him because he wore a Boston Celtics jacket during Game 7.
Dude, Tyler Hero's Instagram is so fucking funny.
Yes.
Wait.
Have you ever had your Tyler Hero sit you down and give you the guide?
How tall is he? Hold on.
You want to fight him, eh? I can tell.
No, I don't want to fight him. It's just like it feels like these are clothes that like somehow his height they should be tight on him at the biggest size, and they're baggier than like if I ordered like a fucking XL or some shit.
I mean,
the Doritos Papadilla was my idea. The year we're coming back full circle.
Wow.
Yeah, he is wearing a t-shirt that says that on his Instagram.
You got an Armani ad? Is this real?
Yeah. He also has his own line of underwear.
I saw a TikTok that said Kris Jenner came up with that.
Wait, hold on. I'm playing this ad.
These are my buzzer beaters. Definitely the beach. I love being at the beach. Like Aqua the Joe. No offense, you know I love to score. What's up?
Oh man, he got paid like $250,000 for that.
He's perfect. He loves the beach. Like, how can you?
He loves chilling at the beach.
Yeah, he's 1.96 meters, and he weighs 88 kilos, so he's not that little.
This feels like he's down down, but for basketball. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like
it feels like what for basketball?
Like Eastbound, like this is like if Danny McBride had, if Eastbound and Down was about basketball, like Danny McBride would have been playing a Tyler Hero type.
Yes. Yeah, this dude is like doing workouts wearing a beanie.
The big ass Milwaukee Brewers tat.
Yeah.
Never mind. I fucking love this guy. He looks like, like bringing it back to another episode, man. He's got big Jack Grealish vibes.
He does. Right. Yes.
Huge Jack Grealish vibes.
Connection.
And like, yeah, he cheated on his Instagram model girlfriend with another Instagram model during the NBA bubble. And then his Instagram model girlfriend cheated on him with someone else. And it was like a team, and the guy was like on a team that like the Heat were about to play. That was really good. But
I mean, like, he cheats with a colleague, she cheats with a colleague. It sounds like everybody's even.
Yeah,
Where do we go from here?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, everything.
He should go play for Houston. He should go play under Ime Udoka.
That seems no one's gonna have fun there. Like
everybody's gonna have fun there.
All of the like returning Houston players are about to be in for an incredibly rude awakening where they're like not allowed to be like hungover at practice anymore.
Was that Ime's vibe?
Ime is like, I thought he was like a hard ass.
I heard he was not a hard ass, but he was a little bit of a playboy.
Yes. I don't really understand why they hired him other than like, I'm starting to think that the NBA might not care about the well-being of women as much as they say they do.
I can't believe it.
It's such a weird cultural fit though, because you're like, okay, we have all these young guys in Houston. We're gonna give them some leadership. Let's get Ime Udoka, Dylan Brooks, and Fred VanVleet.
I mean, Fred seems like a good guy.
No, Fred is sick, but he's 5'7".
Hey, my dad's 5'7". He went to the NBA too, so you know.
That's
Yeah,
right.
what do you say of Muggsy Bogues? You know, yeah.
Actually, my dad he got a grad degree at Wake Forest, which is where Muggsy Bogues went, and he was Muggsy Bogues' TA. He actually got a graduate degree in drama, and his like TA thing was like being the head of like the sets during plays and like rehearsals, and like being in charge of the guys who like moved the sets on and off the stage. Apparently that was a class that you could take, and so all the basketball players took that class, and he had Muggsy Bogues.
Man, I thought you were gonna tell us like Muggsy Bogues played Othello one year or some shit. That's kind of a letdown. Not gonna lie. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I could just lie. All right. Listen, Muggsy Bogues played Othello, and he also played.
Fucking The Music Man.
He played. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the one.
Yeah. West Side Story. He
was all the Cats and Cats.
It was all the Cats. You know, trouble that starts with a T, that rhymes with a P, and that stands for turnover, which starts with a T.
Are you?
I also love how we've named like more plays than he possibly could have been involved in. He deferred like his rookie year in the league. Like, nah, man, I gotta go. I gotta go do goddamn rent, man. Yeah.
You can't draft me.
You know, that's how something.
Nah, man, only 3 months, man. We're just finishing up like fucking Miss Saigon. Like, yeah.
That's an insane amount of plays that you guys just know off the top of your head. I just want to note.
That was really impressive.
Yeah, that's like a very American thing. Like Americans have.
We can keep going if you want, man. Especially if we bring a ballet, bro. We're talking about some motherfucking Nutcracker. Yeah.
Well, that doesn't count. Yeah.
Swan Lake.
Okay, Fiddler on the Roof, motherfucker. Like,
yeah, okay, that works.
Oh my god, Fiddler on the Roof. So, damn Yankees.
Banger.
You guys heard of Hamilton?
Shut the fuck
up. Not to be a wet blanket, but I have to go to bed.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think we've covered some pretty good ground here, guys.
Yeah, this is a good one.
So this has been Nersey, the #1 podcast about plays that Muggsy Bogues could have been in. I have been Drew.
Fences.
What?
Fences,
Oklahoma.
Where the wind comes from. What, crashing down the plane or
Guys and Dolls?
Guys and Dolls, yeah.
Yeah, Grease. Yeah, let's do it.
Yep, Grease. Yep, they did. Yep.
I know your image of me is what I hope to be.